everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review on the new Lorac Mega Pro Palette 3. This is a really new product. It's out, it's limited edition, it's for Christmas, so it's like part of their holiday release collection. It is just awesome. So I just want to say thank you for joining us here today. If you are new to my channel, my name is Tiffany. I do upload 3 times a week, and they are all beauty, skincare kind of related videos, if you know what I mean. If you are returning, then thank you for coming back. And yeah, so I'm super duper excited. I've been playing around with this palette, and I just kind of want to give you guys some feedback and my ideas about it. So if you're interested in that, then stick around. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's jump into it. Alright guys, so this is what the palette looks like. Comes in a beautiful box like this. It is $59. You can get it exclusively at Ulta. You can also get it online at Ulta and I think Lorac.com, but it is exclusive to Ulta. They have a lot of their holiday kits that are going to be exclusive to Ulta, and then some are exclusive to Kohl's. Those are like the 2 main retailers that carry Lorac products, but this one is exclusive to Ulta. So the outside of the box that it comes in is gorgeous. It matches the white and rose gold tones, and it has this beautiful print going around. And then it also shows the picture of all of these shadows on the outside of the box, so you can get a really good idea of what it's going to look like without having to like open it up or anything like that. So yeah, anyways, that's the box that it comes in. So the outside of the palette is white. You can see mine's already starting to get dirty right up in here. That is like the #1 complaint by everybody, is that yes, the packaging is gorgeous. It's a soft white with rose gold letters, but it is going to get super dirty. So if you are anal retentive about that, then I suggest just keeping a makeup wipe around. You can just wipe it off real fast, and there you have it. Your palette's clean. I know a lot of people have been doing that, so just a little feedback. When you open it up, you do get this full-size mirror in here. It's a really great quality mirror. And then this is what all of the shadows look like. So mine looks pretty clean because I have recently cleaned it. But the top provides you with 2 rows of matte shadows. There are 16 altogether. The top row is really more of like a rosy mauve-y tone, and then the bottom is your typical warm nudes. And then these bottom 2 rows contain all of your shimmer or glittery shades. Same thing, the top row is kind of a little bit more of the nudie, warm nude shades, and then your bottom row is going to be kind of like your rose gold tones, like the rose gold quartz, the pomegranate, as well as this beautiful olive shade right there. So that is what they look like. So you get 16 mattes and 16 shimmers. In this palette in particular, and I'll like insert pictures here of all the swatches and whatnot. In this palette in particular, I do prefer the matte shades. I think that they are buttery and creamy, and they blend out very well. However, they are quite powdery. So for instance, like if you just take this brush and you dip it into this shade, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it is super duper powdery. So like that's my feedback. I don't know if you're going to be able to see how much I just kicked off on my brush right here too. That's kind of a downfall because you do pay a lot of money for this, and you're going to lose a lot of product from it as well. So that's kind of a downfall, is that they are pretty powdery. The mattes are. The shimmer shades aren't nearly as powdery, but they do have a decent amount of fallout when you apply them to the face. So I definitely suggest either wetting these and using them wet, or like having some shadow shields on, doing your eyeshadow first before you do your foundation, or putting on a bake so that you can just wipe away any of the fallout. Some of them, like the darker shades kind of over in this area, the fallout really does bug me. I think it just ruins your whole face of makeup if you don't have some kind of shadow guard on. For these ones over here, the more like neutrally tones, they don't bug me nearly as much. So let's just go ahead and go through. So the first one you have is just a beautiful cream color. This one is called Pink Cream. It does have a little bit of a pinky undertone. And then you have the tan shade, which is just your light tan color. It's not a really deep tan like a lot of them. It has a little bit more of a pinky tone rather than a brown tone to it. And then the shade next door is called Pecan. This one is more of your brown color. And then you have Walnut, which is just like a soft warm tone brown. And then you have Dusty Mauve, which I actually... And then you have Dusty Mauve, which is just your classic dusty, pinky mauve color. And then we have Violet Gray, which I would say is a violet color with a little bit of a gray undertone. It's what I'm wearing on my lids right now. It's beautiful, but it's still very mauve-y. And then you have Eggplant, which is just your classic cranberry shade. And then you have Dark Navy, and I'm gonna say Dark Navy did kind of disappoint me a little bit. It comes off really gray when you apply it, where you don't get so much of that blue tone to it. So for me, it's a little disappointing, but I can still work with it. And then you have Crepe, which is your classic kind of yellow cream color. And then Toffee, which is like a deep yellowish brown color, much deeper than cream, as you can see. And then you have Mist, which is beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite kind of unique shades. It's like a greenish gray, as you can see right there. It's just gorgeous. It's another one that can be kind of powdery on the lid, to be honest with you. And then you come to Vintage, which is kind of like a greenish brown, like a matte kind of olive green brown color. And then you have Hickory, which is your classic deep brown. And then you have Maple, which is a very, very warm, soft brown, kind of like a yellowish brown. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color. If you love warm browns, that's going to be one of your favorites. Perfect thing to just warm up any eyeshadow look. And then you come to Bark, which is just your classic milk chocolate brown. And then it does come with a jet black, which I know a lot of people really, really need a jet black color in their palettes. So this one is great, and it is super pigmented, as you can see. I accidentally dipped my finger into it, and now I have jet black all over my palette. Perfect. Alright, and then we come down to our shimmer shades. So the first one we have is Snow, which is just your classic shimmery white color. Kava, which is kind of like a light tan shimmer color. It looks almost identical to tan, just with shimmer in it. And then you have Cider, which is like a light brown with some copper reflex. So it comes off looking like really, really coppery once you apply it. And then we have Bellini, which is just a kind of light peachy orange color. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's not overly metallic. And then you have Brown Sugar, which is going to be like a mid-tone brown with a little bit of a copper reflect in it. And then we have Sequoia, which is going to be a very kind of reddish coppery brown. It's like a brown with some red reflect in it. This is one of my favorite colors to put all over the lid if you really want to do like a glittery, smoky look on the lid. And then you have Glacier, which is like a steel silver, just a beautiful color. And then you have Deep Fog, which is going to be like a navy, glittery color. Yet again, it comes off as kind of more black than navy, so for me, that one's kind of disappointing, but I can still definitely work with it. And then on the bottom row, you have Tulle, which is just a kind of light pink with some shimmer in it. And then you have Pink Bronze, which I would say is more of a classic bronze. I wouldn't say it's too pinky toned. I guess compared to Cider, it is a little bit more pinky toned, but it's still just kind of like a classic bronze. This color kind of disappoints me. I tried to use it in an eyeshadow look, and I tried to apply it wet, and once you kind of press it on and started trying to blend it out, it really flakes off and kind of blends away, which I've actually found with a few more of these shimmery colors is that they kind of blend away the shimmer, so you just have a little bit of pigment left over, and that's even with like an eyeshadow primer and things like that over the top. So I'm a little disappointed in those ones. And then you have Rust, which is your typical really warm coppery brown, or not brown, but orange shade. And then you have Rose Quartz, which is just that. It's like a rosy gold metallic-y shade, one of my favorites out of this palette. And then you have Olive, which is like a brownish green color, a deep olive color. And then you have Dark Roast, which is just a really dark, deep, vampy brown with some silver reflect in it. And then Pomegranate, which is a beautiful red shade. Not a true red, more of like on the strawberry red end of the spectrum. And then the last shade you have is Licorice. And I actually have a Wet n Wild shade that is identical to this that came out in their fall releases, but it's like a black with a little bit of pink reflect in it. But the pink doesn't show up very much. It definitely just kind of comes off as a metallic black on the lid. So that covers all of these shades in it. Do I think this is worth the money? I would say yes, because it is pretty unique. You know, warm shades are definitely very in style right now, and they're very trendy, so you can get a lot of palettes that have warm tone shades like this, but this just gives you a huge assortment. You get 32 shadows, half of which are mattes, half of which are shimmers. You could definitely use this if you just want to splurge and have one really great quality palette in your collection, instead of having like multiple palettes. If you just want to have one that you can do a lot of everyday looks with, as well as kind of get creative, I think this is going to be a really great one for you. It's easy to travel with, it's lightweight, quality packaging, it comes with that huge mirror. So I would say the downfalls are that some of the shimmer shades just don't pull very well on the eyes. I think that the shimmer kind of blends away with them. So you just have to be careful in the way that you work with them, and just be aware of that you might have to layer up some of your shadows. But I do believe it is worth the money, and I'm definitely going to be getting a lot of use out of this, as well as have some makeup tutorials up on my channel. So I hope you guys just enjoyed this quick, brief overview of the Lorac Mega Pro Palette 3. Like I said, they're the shadows that I'm wearing on my eyes right now. I've been wearing it consistently for about the past week or so. I definitely tend to be a little more geared towards the matte shades. I think that they're a little bit better quality than the shimmers, but the shimmers aren't atrocious. You know, I have tried some better shimmer shadows, but they aren't the worst thing that I've ever used, and you can definitely easily make them work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.